Hi, this is Charles Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Insight. Well, the easy money is ending. And it's very clear that March of this year started off with the NASDAQ getting back to where it was 15 years ago. In fact, this past Monday, we celebrated 6 years of a bull market. And just earlier in the week, the market all turned into red, putting the Dow and the S&P in the red for the year as we get into the second week of March. So how quickly things can change as it relates to, ironically, good news about jobs. Again, we all know the truth that if we counted everybody not looking for a job, unemployment would not be coming down. But the fact that we're claiming all these jobs are being created, even though they're part-time jobs, you would think that that would bode well for the economy. Unfortunately, it's had quite the opposite effect. In fact, as I think about an article out of the USA Today this past week, U.S. stocks falling hard as investors continue to grapple with the prospect of the coming Federal Reserve rate hike, downside to a strong U.S. dollar, and then the renewed weakness of oil. This is now the 15th anniversary, as I said, that we just celebrated of the NASDAQ, sadly, taking 15 years to get back to where it was before the last major crash of 2000. So add to this the fact that things aren't going on well overseas either. The British FTSE 100 plummeted 2.5% just this past Tuesday, and then European stock market continues to show weaker and weaker results. So think about your thinking here. Wall Street is digesting the fact that the current bull market, which turned 6 years old this past Monday, is entering its latter stages. It has already lasted about 2 years longer than the average bull market. So I talk a lot about in my books the cyclical cycles of bull markets and bear markets. So we're typically on about a 5, maybe pushing 6-year average. 4 to 5 is usually a typical bull market. Usually there's 3 or 4 up years in a 10-year span, 3 to 4 down years, and 3 roughly mediocre years. Folks, it's very clear that if we've opened the floodgates, like I talked about on Hidden Wealth Radio last week, to their greatest extent possible by trillions of dollars that the Fed has dug us into this deep, deep deficit. And even then, we've had less growth than we had before the wide open dams were broken with easy money. Where do you think the market's going to go from here? So here's what I want to teach you. I want to help you protect yourself from the coming, not if, but the coming when correction, major correction, and or crash hits. And you can learn how to do that right now. 2 ways to do that. 855 no tax, the number 2 and the letter U. That's 855 no tax to you. If you want to spell out the number, it's 855-668-2928. That's 855-668-2928, and register for my upcoming educational wealth protection webinar. Let me teach you how to get you back, your retirement back on course. Whether you're retired yet or not, it is imperative that you take steps to protect yourself. If you prefer to register online, which you can go to myretirementprotected.com. That's myretirementprotected.com. Don't get caught in the trap of how people have lost 50% of their net worth just in the last 10 years of this new millennium that you do not have to be part of. Here's to your hidden wealth solution.